Hello everyone, this is Dr. Natalie Lenore Blackman, and I am coming back to you with Abiding in the Secret Place. And we're going to talk a little bit more on perception, and that the eyes are the window to the liver and the eyes are the window to the soul. And in doing so, we have to recognize that each of us sees the world differently. Each of us sees a situation differently. We hear differently. Like, you might hear what I'm saying differently. If you get offended easily, then that has to do with the perception that you have, your eyes, what I call the glasses that you have on. And we see through things in our past, like we see through fears. We see through our ancestral fears. Those get passed down the bloodline. We see through trauma. We see through wounds. We may see through word curses. We may see the world through a word curse spoken over us that someone told us when we were in school or when you were a child. Like, you're not smart enough. You're not brilliant enough. You're not good enough. If you were, let's say, always picked last on a team in school, that affects the way you see the world, okay? If you went through a very hard relationship, or a breakup or a divorce, you're going to see the world through those glasses, okay? Through the wounds in your soul. So we really want to work on our soil, and we want to do it during this season. We're going to do it through every season, but we're working on particular ones this particular season: the bitterness, the resentment, the anger, the frustration. And I'm just going to read another little scripture that goes with this. This is in Matthew 6:22 through 24. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, then your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, then your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness, right? So if we are seeing through the wounds in our soul, we're going to see the world that way. We're going to see the world through our fears. We're not going to see the world the way we were meant to see it. We're not going to be able to relate to others through love, joy, and peace. Instead, if they're doing something we don't agree with, we're going to voice it to them because we don't agree with it. Well, it doesn't matter to them, right? They shouldn't be concerned. My perception's different than someone else's perception. So when we take offense, or when someone gets offended, they're saying, you're hurting me because of how I perceive something, whether you perceive it that way or not. Does that make a little bit of sense? I'm going to give you a little illustration. Rose-colored glasses, okay? Used to be a favorite when I was younger. I'm going to just read you a little, the chorus of rose-colored glasses. These rose-colored glasses that I'm looking through show only the beauty, okay? But this is a little bit different because they hide all the truth, okay? So we're not going to be hiding the truth, but how do you see the world? Do you see it through rose-colored glasses? Do you see it through dark glasses? Do you see it through glasses of fear? I'm going to give you a little example here. Here's some of my favorite glasses. When I step outside in these glasses, they have a tint that makes everything look beautiful and bright, and I just love it. Like, there is hardly any change in my vision, but yet they block out the sun, okay? So these are a little bit more rose-colored glasses. When I was younger, I had a ton of rose-colored glasses. It was my favorite way to view the world. And in fact, I learned later that magenta is extremely important to the heart. And so there is an actual study of medicine where they use glasses to help people with diseases of the nervous system. And you can do that for depression and things like that. These are some other favorites of mine. Oh, I love glasses. But I'm going to see the world differently through each pair of glasses. I'm going to show you these because this has a funny story. When I was just becoming a vet, when I graduated out of vet school, I was told by so many people that I looked too young to be a vet. So I don't wear glasses, but I went and paid a pretty good bit of money for these glasses. And I wore these when I worked in the clinic because I wanted to look older and more mature. And I would give a lot of things to have those times back. But yeah, this is always a reminder of me of that, the fact that like a ding dong, I wanted to be younger. I mean, older. Of course I want to be younger. These are my daughter's glasses. How do you see the world through these? Aren't these awesome? These are some favorites of mine. We like to use these in pictures. I mean, you see the world, you'd be silly, joyful, right? I want you to be thinking about what you see the world through, right? These are my daughter's glasses too, but like a child, the innocence of a child. We don't see the world through that way, do we? But we do when we're younger. And then these are blue blockers. You know, these are great for the computer. And yeah. So a little analogy there of what are we seeing the world through? Okay, so what is it that we are perceiving? And so the homework for today is, I want you to think about your glasses. Are you seeing the world through these glasses? Okay. Or are you seeing the world through rose-colored glasses? Okay. Your heart, you just love everything, and you're just full of love. I doubt any of us are seeing that way. These are a little funky, but just want to give you a visual. Okay. How are you seeing the world? Okay. Are you critical? Are you judgmental? Are you immediately thinking the worst thing about a person? Are you easily offended? Something someone says to you just offends you and just irritates you. It's like, oh. Are you easily irritated? That's always mine. Are you easily frustrated? What glasses do you think that you're seeing through? And so it's going to take a little time. And the way we get through these little homework deals, like we talked about, what do you think is in your soil? It's what is coming up on your mind when you're at your home or in your car. What is it that surfaces? You know, when you catch yourself not working, not reading, not working on the computer, when you're just being or trying to be, what comes up in your mind? Okay, so that's usually what's in your soil. And then when you meet another person or talk to another person or go to a store or deal with customer service of any point, transactions, how do you respond? What are you seeing them through? Are you immediately judging them, criticizing them? In your mind, of course, not out loud. You know, are you sizing them up? Are you like, oh my gosh, they look ugly. I hate this, I hate that, or I love this, I love that. How are you viewing the world? Okay, so homework. And I'll talk to you soon. And I hope I'm not going to be late for my appointment.